Hello again, and welcome to another beautiful mess of wires here for another little bit of experimentation. What we've got today are some samples from the contrabass clarinet, various riffs from songs we've been composing and playing recently, and we've got the KMA machine's Horizont, a wonderful phaser that I have also had a little bit of disappointment with for various different reasons, but which is also a wonderful machine that I'm really quite fond of for other reasons. So it is something I would like to try and incorporate into like a wider pedal board, like a more complicated thing. But what I would like to try today, though, is putting it through some fuzz. Now, one of the many great things about the Horizont is that it has an effects loop, and as you can see in the effects loop here, I have the Zvex Fuzz Factory, and I'm going to see how this effects loop works and if I can create something that might be interesting with this particular combination. Now, first of all, let me kind of walk you through one of the problems that I have with the KMA machine's Horizont. And I think that this is something that phasers and also flangers are kind of meant to do anyway. But let me show you. When I have the mix all the way dry and I play my sample through it, when I then engage the phaser, even though it's meant to be completely dry, we get loss of tone. It really rounds it out and kind of flattens it, and yeah, that's like maybe something that could be corrected in post or with a some kind of EQ pedal, but yeah, it does kind of spoil it for me that any dry tone going in there will get kind of flattened by it. That said, there are some awesome controls. If we bring up the depth, there's a huge selection of different waveforms. I'm pretty happy with how the volume is right now, so I won't play with that. But like, you know, like a square wave, various variations on kind of like a sine curve, like there's a triangle wave, various different sawtooth waves. There's even a couple of random ones which I really like. Random let's just increase the speed a little bit there. Like this is random slopes. What's the word I'm looking for? Random waves. And then there's, oh wait, hold on, this is random waves. And then there's another one which is random jumps. So that's all awesome stuff, lots of features, but it just eats up a lot of tone. I mean, maybe that's something where I can just take it as its own thing that gets added to sounds, treat it as its own thing. Maybe I could even put it before a fuzz. But for now, I want to look at how to use it like this. So what we're going to do is turn the mix all the way wet, because it's the wet mix that goes through whatever is in the effects loop. And I'm going to turn the depth all the way down, turn the waveform up to I think it's a sine wave there, and basically this will get us as little motion from the device as possible, so that we can make a nice tone with the fuzz there. We've also got this Emphase section, which it would be cool to get to at some point, because there are some super things that you can do there which are kind of independent of anything that goes on with the sample. Like this wonderful box can kind of create some of its own sounds as well, which I would be fascinated to hear going through the fuzz. So let's dive in. Let's make a fuzz sound. Already volume wise that seems okay. I think I'll just use this a little for us. Gate. I remember I like having it open just a smidge. Too much gets a little bit wild. Let's boost that. Yeah, too much. To me. Now I remember these guys being really important in terms of getting a good tone with the Fuzz Factory. Okay, I feel pretty happy with that. Nice and noisy. Okay, so let's first of all add some depth. See what that gives us. It's pretty cool. Now, without the fuzz, you can hear how that's more of like a pitch bendy kind of thing. And it's when we mix the dry and the wet that we get more of like a phased kind of thing. So let's try that with the fuzz as well. I really like that. So yeah, it's quite nice. There is like a subtle should be noticed that's without any of the stuff from the effects loop, and it's not the original sample. Like it's got that deadening effect that I was talking about earlier. So it's pretty cool. Like leaning towards the wet signal. Yeah, it is definitely advantageous. To have some dry in there as well. It's an interesting interval in there. You could probably work that out. Maybe the depth will change that as well. Doesn't seem to change the interval. I'm not sure how we would do that. Maybe the mix? No, that's just... Maybe there's a way to do that. But we're not going to worry about it too much right now. Let's have a quick look at the fuzz and see if we can change that. No. Okay. Now, one thing that is a super cool thing that's included in the Horizont is this Emphase section, which I mentioned earlier. Basically, this emphasizes different frequencies, and then we can actually control how much those are emphasized. So this is more like high stuff, mid stuff, low stuff, and 4 is a little bit of a wild card. I think it's just like a general intensity increaser, perhaps. Let's take a look and see. I mean, this is definitely a lot of fun. Let's see what frequencies we can emphasize. second. Didn't jack it all the way up with this first one. Let's jack it all the way up. Actually seems better not jacked all the way up. Well, let's try number 3 now. Although that does actually emphasize how good it sounds without the Emphase. It's a pretty awesome effect. I mean, if you do something like a square wave, there we go. I'm sorry, not square wave. Yeah, square wave. There we go. Quite as effective as I had hoped. There we go. It's pretty cool. Worth noting that these are effects that are being put after. These are effects that are being put after the wet signal. So if we were to, for example, plug the Fuzz Factory in before this, we might get different effects again. But anyway, that's pretty awesome. Oh, what's going on there? They seem to be... Yeah, they kind of cancel each other out. It's just unusual. There being some weird effects around here. Let's try. It's pretty cool. Now this is the stuff I was talking about where This box produces some awesome sounds in its own right. So, for example, if we put things to more like a sine wave and slow it down, how much is this affected by the fuzz as it comes out? Not that much, it seems. Yeah, I was hoping that the fuzz would affect that a little bit more. Let's see if we put it onto something like... Yeah, not really affected that much by the fuzz, unfortunately. That's pretty cool. But again, not really affected much by the fuzz. Okay. I'd forgotten that the sample was playing. So it seems that 2 and 3 together. Let's put it back to sine-ish wave. Yeah, I'm not sure how usable something like that would be. Okay, let's turn all these guys off and return to something a little bit more usable, perhaps. So, kind of what I'm asking myself now is, how can I make something that is useful as a fuzz with effects? Does that make sense? I mean, we can always switch on the stereo pan. Which almost makes it like a tremolo kind of thing. Another awesome thing that this... But not exactly what we're looking for. phase switches were helpful. That's pretty cool. But by and large, I'm not entirely sure that this is something that I'm going to integrate. Let's try with a different sample. The other one that we've been using a fair bit recently is the Shiva the Destroyer one, which has a larger range than that previous one from Little Green Spirits. Mix in some dry signal using the signal blender or something like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this really is a spaceship. That's very interesting. That's pretty interesting too. the feeling I'm getting is that it would be better to have the fuzz before or after the Horizont rather than in the effects loop. And I think those are things perhaps best left for another time. Let's just try without the fuzz. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's like... it thickens up the tone. I mean, not a bad thing. Getting is that as far as the fuzz goes, we can get some interesting effects in the loop, but that it would be better to do it either before or possibly after the phaser. But I am surprised pleasantly with how good this is, even with the effect that I mentioned before, where it takes away some of the tone as a device. So I think that exploring whether the fuzz would be good before or after is something for another time. But yeah, that was a fun bit of exploration. I do hope that it has been interesting and enjoyable for you as well. Thank you for sticking around, and please stay well.